this episode of the Media Podcast today. I am your host James, and I am joined by Jamie and
Spide,
a new side character on the JARLing Media Podcast known as Spide. He is quite extravagant and he's a weird one, ladies and gentlemen. A real weird one.
you done? It's time for Spide to slide on in.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the JARLing Media Podcast. Today, we are joined by our new character, Spide. And
Feet
he's
Spide.
Spide?
You look like Ron Weasley when he's partying. Do you know when he puts the tie around his head and is just partying hardcore? Making his rap album.
Ron party like Spide.
Or Spide party like Ron.
I was
One
born first.
Spidey.
Spide.
Spide. Well, yeah, I guess this all feeds into our latest JARLing Media reveal that every other episode is going to be an Avatar fan cast. We're going to break down...
Oh, Spide.
Seeing as, Spide is here, Avatar is here to stay, and we've got lots to say and theorize about where Jake is going next.
And Spide.
I think
And
he's,
Spide.
from what I can tell, I think he's going to like a diamond realm where the Nvari are,
Have you ever actually seen Avatar, James?
Yes, I've seen the first one.
Have you?
Yes, I saw it back in the day when Modern Warfare 2 came out.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the last time there was a Modern Warfare 2 and an Avatar at the same time. Messed up.
It's weird that event has happened twice.
Yeah, in our lifetime alone.
Yeah. How many more times, like, through the enormous expanse of time is Avatar and Modern Warfare 2 going to come out?
I think we're going to figure out the limitations of the real world algorithm once we see another, 20 years and there's...
20 years? I think 10 years. It's only been like 12 years since the last...
But that's what they say, isn't it? The cycle gets shorter every time.
Mm.
Until it will be like every year there's Modern Warfare 2 and...
Until every year
a
there's
new
a COD and an
Spide.
Avatar movie. Oh, wait. Bing, bing. Anyway, I feel like a lot of my characters / personalities kind of... they overlap too much. They're too similar.
It's almost apparent now that you might be suffering from a multiple personality disorder.
Well, if I am, that wouldn't be something to laugh about. Would it?
No. It would be really serious.
What if it was used for comedy purposes?
Yeah.
Like Split.
Would my whole existence be a secret reveal for another bringing back?
For another bringing back.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to spoil Split.
Oh, right, I see. Like another project that you've worked on. many years
it
ago.
appears Spy. This is actually James Cameron is funding JAR, and it's actually been a big tease for.
We're actually like deep under the ocean right now.
Yeah. Where do you think that like crazy light is coming from? It's the light creature from the end of the abyss. Eh? Or the water creature,
The light creature from the end of the abyss. It could be that. It could be just
Have you
that.
ever seen The Abyss?
The Abyss?
It's a James Cameron movie. Where
Oh,
it's
no,
like,
I guess I haven't.
Yeah, so army people go underwater in a submarine. See how deep they can go. I haven't seen it since.
And there's a light creature.
As a light creature.
It was like an early example of
thought you
CG
were-
water monster thing.
I thought you were just like speaking figuratively.
Oh
Like,
no,
The
I'm-
Abyss is like an actual concept.
No. James Cameron directed a movie called The Abyss.
I didn't know this. He's obsessed with water. Why
Yeah.
is he so... I think Avatar is subtly suggesting that whales in real life have a society deep in the ocean that he has seen.
But they literally do.
Like a government plaza.
Oh, right. You mean that kind of society?
Yeah, where they like vote and stuff.
Yeah, I reckon like
That's
if
the
there
only type of society
if there was
that
like a
exists.
real Atlantis, it would kind of look exactly like New York except underwater.
yeah.
Billboards everywhere.
Yeah,
Whale
like-
wash.
Yeah, like Whale Broadway.
Whale way.
Broad whale.
Well, Spide likes that. I'll tell you that much. Spide likes that.
Before we get too deep into the show, thank you, patrons, for patronising us. Making the show possible, audio and otherwise. There would be no Margidia without you beautiful patrons.
Get your special Spidey-like names read in the first or second week of each month. We'll do it next episode. And Jim is covered in cat hair, but he still smells good.
Why is she?
Not for long. She is like angling her ass directly into my face.
Why do cats always do that?
I don't know.
She loves water.
And she always, she goes around drinking people's drinks.
Without you realising.
Yeah. I gotta be careful whenever I put my water down now, because I know she's gonna go and have a little drinky.
I love the table should be a Billy area. She just does.
Pretty is. Billy area. Well, guys, got a couple housekeeping things we need to talk about. I feel like last episode it might absorb a big chunk of the episode just because the quality of conversation is so high. But first, shout out to the JARChive RSS feed. Head over there if you want the old episodes on audio forms. JAR Media Clips. Head over to that channel and look at some of the old clips from early JAR. And finally, there was a bit of feedback on the subreddit, I think, that was saying about filtering of swear words.
Do they know likey?
Some people are distracted by it on YouTube, but the solution I think I've come up with for now is on the Spotify / Apple Podcast version. Starting last episode, I didn't filter the audio version, but filtered the video version. So if it bothers you that much, check out the version on Spotify or whatever, Podbean.
Let's go Podbean.
Let's go Podbean.
Let's go Podbean.
Yeah, let's do some housekeeping then. I proposed the idea of a new subcategory of JARLing, that being the sliders, which James's reaction seems to indicate he's not feeling the slides.
I'm not feeling the slide.
Well, we did a vote on Twitter.
And sliders lost.
Came second, actually.
What was the other option again?
First?
What was it again, James?
It was JARLings, sliders, and some word I've never...
yeah, I remember now.
Never heard you say.
The Mighties.
The Mighties. Okay. And the Mighties won, I'm assuming.
Maybe in your fan cast. Fan cast of the JARCast.
Okay.
Your branch or fan cast. Jim's Corner, where he reviews the latest episode of
We should all do...
Spidecast. What is that?
Hello?
Put it on speaker, bro.
Don't.
I don't really believe you.
But why, sir?
Because when O2 contacts me, it's a O2 number, not this random mobile.
Sir, no, I'm putting discount on your same contract.
What? I've never. Normally they just give up and hang up. Like when they're
I've
like,
had this before where you're talking to them and they're like, so you're going to be sent a code that you need to tell me. And then it pops up with a text immediately saying, warning, someone is trying to access your account. If that isn't you, don't give this code out. And then you get the text and it's like...
well, good thing it wasn't me answering the phone because I might have believed him.
Oh my god. No, honest to God, the only thing you need to do in life to like get by with no issues is never pick up the phone. Ever. Just don't ever pick up. I never pick up.
Like, definitely know.
Even then, it's just like, I'll let it wing. If they actually want to contact me, they'll wing again.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick down the phone, I say. and pick up your nostril.
Beginning.
Yeah, what were we doing? Oh yeah, housekeeping or something. James, you were triggering people with your advertising thing.
Every time I literally said this last episode, I was just like,
triggers everyone.
Someone's gonna get angry at me. My opinions on marketing.
What did you say again?
I said marketing just doesn't exist because who the fuck?
Specifically, the thing that annoyed people was you said it doesn't exist and it doesn't work on you.
It doesn't work on who? Marketing doesn't work. It doesn't. It's not bullshitting me. It don't. The only marketing that works is the marketing in Blade Runner 2049 because I want to buy a Peugeot.
You want a Joy
you want
unit?
a Peugeot?
Yeah, it's in Cyberpunk. No, it's in Blade Runner 2049.
What is that? Well, that thing he flies around.
Yeah, suppose because when he gets like EMP'd when he's flying to the
cool scene.
Yeah, the screen flashes and it says Peugeot.
Really?
He's in a Peugeot. It's why it broke down. It's French.
Yeah, well, Brit Monkey says, advertising doesn't work on me, says James, who then proceeds to list a number of product mascots that have been ingrained into his memory via advertising.
No. Okay.
That is checkmate,
So, here's the thing. Do I ever buy them? I might tell you that about these mascots, but I'm not actually giving them money. So it's not working. It's only marketing only works if it leads to a sale.
Not true, bro.
Because how many sales of these products do you think like us talking about them led to?
No, I understand marketing. That's how marketing works. Okay?
Word of mouth, bro.
It's like it's in your mind, so you eventually buy it. But if you never actually buy anything, ever, you never.
Do. It takes up the real estate in your brain, like knowing.
It doesn't.
Fundamental. No, it does. Like that fundamental link with Coca-Cola being like the main soda. You know.
I don't buy it.
But just because he doesn't.
No, but
you don't understand.
Stop. At what point? Like, sure, the marketing's used to get you in on buying the product. But once you've bought that first product, the marketing isn't the reason why you're buying the product again. It's the product that's making you buy it again. If you buy one M&M's pack because you saw the marketing, that's led to a sale as a direct result of their marketing. You're then buying that second packet because you like M&M's because you ate the product. It's like marketing's only there for that to get you in. Once you're in, you're in.
No, but also like just knowledge of the existence of the product.
But you don't have to like hear it on the radio or like an advert to know of that product. You just go down a supermarket and like the marketing on a packet is not like, it's not the same to the marketing I'm talking about being like adverts and TV and whatnot.
Let me read this from the Sloth Overlord. As someone who formerly worked advertising, James's misunderstanding of modern publicity is frustrating and hilarious. A couple years back, my firm was hired by a Turkish cigarette company to help them redesign their packaging. Some parts of Turkey had introduced laws to force all cigarette companies to have the same plain brown packaging colour like we have in the UK to dissuade people from smoking. We were tasked with designing a new packet to evade these laws as much as possible. We made the corners of the packets round so that it felt more comfortable in the customer's pocket and wasn't digging into their legs when they sat down. We added a pull string so opening the packet only took a second or two. Eventually, the customers began associating our cigarettes with an easier, more comfortable smoking experience, even if they didn't know it, because sales increased after switching to the new packaging. Every time James says advertising doesn't work, I think about those Turkish cigarette boxes and all the countless other undetectable micro-comforts that many products in the world have today that keep customers coming back. James doesn't know what he doesn't know.
I'm not talking about that marketing. Like, come on. Stop moving my goalposts.
You just moved the goalposts.
Yeah, no, that's completely understandable. But if you didn't change your packaging at all, people still would have bought your product because they know your product.
But he's more commenting on...
But sales went up.
Yes. But that's just because of innovation, not directly marketing. Improving the product packaging to make your life easier. It's not marketing because it's like we naturally want the easiest thing. So it doesn't matter what you're doing.
Where do you draw the line on marketing? Like the design of a box?
Marketing's everything.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, this is where my beef comes from, because I did work in marketing. I want to clear enough. I worked in marketing, and I designed websites, and I did like graphic design for a company to get sales, and as a result, I like quadrupled the website presence on Google, and led to like a 60% like upshift in revenue. So I know marketing, but it's like when I was doing all this, I was just like, what idiots, they actually reading this and believing it? 'Cause it was all lies.
Well, yeah, that's
Marketing is just lies, and as someone who did it, it's just like I could never believe the lies I was writing and marketing. So that's where my beef comes from, is that most of these companies just lie to you.
Yeah.
And that's my beef
That's
with
a
marketing.
very big switch from what you were saying before.
So it is
marketing
real.
doesn't work. I
And
have
it isn't
used
real.
marketing to work. Are two very different statements.
I just have like unnecessary beef with marketing, because it's like every time I wrote something that was a complete lie, I'd be like, who's believing this? And it worked. So I was always just like, I don't get it. I don't understand why this worked, because I'm just lying.
So real or not real?
No, it's just like if you actually look at the marketing for mostly everything, like take this cigarette one for example, it worked because it was convenience. So that's a reason why to buy that product, is you're getting a better product, a more convenient product. But if you look at any of these adverts, say for... So one example I have is probably not going to be understood by the majority of people overseas, but if you're in the UK, you probably know of the Dieselgate scandal. And the fact that now it's like loads of companies do this shit to try and make you...
Explain, what's the Dieselgate scandal? I don't know off the top of my head.
Manufacturers lying en masse to avoid diesel regulations in America, basically purposely polluting the world on like an insane degree, and then getting caught because
What
they
companies
cheat.
did it?
Volkswagen.
That's
That's-
no, I do remember that now. Actually.
Yeah, and then I've heard stuff about Volvo. But one of the main marketing campaigns we see in the UK is that it's these companies who are saying, if you owned a Volkswagen between 2004 and 2010, you can be entitled to X amount of money. Who's falling for that? Because they popped up constantly, and I've now seen ones like specific for Volvos. Like, who's actually falling for that? Why are people suddenly thinking,
I mean, the same
did, so I
reason
get
like
money?
the fella called Jim like a few minutes ago, like cast a wide net.
It's just a scam. But the thing is, like, I'm just gonna hate on old people now, but it's just like, it's clearly bullshit.
Yeah.
Is it just me viewing marketing as just the it is, or because
Well,
do
it
you
depends what
guys
the original
fall,
statement is.
do you fall for marketing? Think of a new product you've never seen before. You've got nothing to do with it.
But in terms of what, like trailers for video games?
Okay,
trailers for
Black
movies,
Ops
if-
Black Ops 1 remake coming out in 2 years' time. Marketing's not going to make you buy that game.
Yeah, well,
The-
because I
no,
won't know
you
when
will-
it's coming out.
No,
I
because
won't
the
know it
marketing
exists.
has already worked.
You will
over
know
the
it's
past
coming
10
out
years
because it's
of-
a COD, and you know it's going to be good because it's a COD. Like, you're going to buy it anyway because it's called Black Ops.
No, but how would I know anything about it? How would I know when it's coming out? How would I know it is being made? How? That's like a huge.
It's just an assumption.
reason
You're
for-
assuming that it's going to happen. But it's like we can all say with absolute certainty that COD is going to come out at that time. And
But
it's gonna be
even
X.
if my
But
knowledge
the fact
of
it's
it,
in your mind's eye at all to begin with. is
Well, yeah,
thanks
like
to the
if-
its cultural power and the advertising bucks they put behind it.
I guess so. No, you are probably right there. But it's just like in my mind, I will never have to say anything about it. But if I go on Steam and just see it's out, I'm probably going to buy and play it. So like no marketing has worked on me there. It's just like I'm buying it just because COD.
but even it being on the Steam front page is marketing. The fact that you
It
don't
is.
have to search for it, because you're not going to search for something you don't know exists.
I guess so.
Marketing is like ridiculously essential for the consumption of like everything.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know it exists, then you can't buy it. You have to know about it to buy it.
something to yeah.
And
But then it's like, think of like sweets when you go down
but
I think-
the bigger brands pay for positions in the aisle.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why the own brand stuff is like down at the bottom or way up high, because eye level is where they actually spend extra money to be in that position. That is marketing. That's like
that is marketing, but it's like at this current time, it's like there's a lot of really indie I say indie, but like new kinds of chocolate coming out. So when you go into the shops, it's like these people have no marketing, but it's like you go in the shops and you're going down the chocolate aisle, you know everything there. But just because it's something new, you buy it. That's not, like, where's the marketing that's led you to that purchase? You've only really bought it because it's new. It's something different.
Which is them playing into marketing and, using... Yeah.
Using an example like chocolate, like, look at Tony's. Like, their packaging is eye-catching. They use these bright, like, pastel colours.
Looks like a Willy Wonka-ass bar.
Yeah. And then also, they probably put them out on those little plinths, like, as you walk in, so you know there's this new product. They're spending that money on advertising to make it a thing that you inherently know about when you go into shops.
Yes.
It's all about infiltrating that subconscious, you know?
Yeah.
You're driving to Swindon and you see that.
And I haven't seen a single Tony's advert anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Not on, like, any TV or YouTube or anything I consume. But I know it exists.
Packaging design, like, it is marketing, but it's, like, not the same as, like, a TV advert. They're different kinds. It's like, when you see an advert on the radio or watch a TV advert, it's doing something very different to just brightly coloured and eye-catching packaging. Like, it is marketing, but it's not the same. So when I'm talking about this big deal with marketing, I'm kind of... I should have specified, I'm referring more to, like, the TV advert, like, you know, radio
Jingles.
advert.
That's what you were, like, kind of talking about. It's like,
yeah, but it's like more so like TV adverts, because it's like, when you're going into a shop and you see these Tony's things, it's not invasive. Your day is not being made significantly worse by seeing this. It's like, you don't want it, you'd walk past it. But when you're getting the same advert repeated 5-6 times a day on the radio or when you're watching YouTube, that marketing doesn't work. And that's where my point is. It's just the Cool and Sue thing, as I said last time, it's so annoying that I refuse to buy it because their marketing is just horrible.
But
so that's what I mean.
You remember the name of the product.
Because the advert says it 10 times.
Worked, but
it works in me remembering the brand.
For the wrong reasons.
Yes, but that's just the thing. Marketing only works like that if I buy it as a result. If I'm not buying it, that no matter if they spend millions trying to get me to buy that product, I'm not buying that product.
But what they're chasing is that McDonald's jingle.
Yes.
Where, like, you hear that and it doesn't make you angry.
But
it's just an immediate association.
But now consider, like, if McDonald's completely cut all their marketing, so that's hypothetical, nothing's being added or removed from their menu. There's no more specials or whatever that you need marketing for. McDonald's marketing is always about the new special thing. Mm-hmm. That's how they get you in. No new specials. Suddenly for a week there's no McDonald's adverts. Their revenue and the amount of people going are not going to change.
I reckon it would.
I think...
How many times have we gone to McDonald's when, like, they bring out the spicy chicken burger?
You just took the hypothetical... You took what I just said, the context of there's nothing new.
Yeah.
There's nothing new, okay? So you're going to go in there, but we're going to go there either way because we're addicted to their product.
Because we actively have gone to McDonald's to try a new thing.
And we've had decades worth of it being ingrained through advertising and through going.
No, but if you're saying we go there because you want to try the new thing, there's no new thing. We're still going to go there.
We will still go there, but not
to try the new thing.
Not in those events to try the new thing. So there is a loss of revenue because we're still going when we regularly do, but we aren't going additionally to try out the new thing. So just because we're still going, we're not going as much. That's a change in... That is
a change of the revenue you're getting, but then you consider how much they're spending on these revenue campaigns to get people to try these new things.
But that kind of says it all, though, in and of itself, doesn't it? Like, how much does, like, a Super Bowl spot, like, cost? Mm-hmm. Like, because it's valuable real estate, it's valuable space.
I guess this is like, I've got the viewpoint that it's like, I understand the corporate world to an extent where it's like, no matter what, they're getting your money. So it doesn't matter if they're spending these millions on these new big shiny adverts. If you like their product, you're gonna still buy their product. If M&M's are yellow tomorrow, just no advertising, I'm still gonna buy them because I'm gonna have a craving for M&M's. Like, I know a JARLing on the Reddit posted like the brand in Canada that's like Soviet, just yellow, yellow over work. It's like not the same. Because it's like you're still going to buy those products if you want those products. I think that with the way capitalist society is, we just like consuming things. So it doesn't matter if there is marketing or
But
not.
it's like
We're still going to consume.
you can't remove with something like M&Ms. Like we know them all already. You know.
Yeah,
Like removing advertising
like
now is almost like
the
moot in a way.
like marketing's most important when you're trying to get that initial. When you're trying to get your brand
I
out
don't
there.
think so,
and
though.
make-
No, I don't think so. I think it's incredibly important for the longevity of any big business.
Because no, but it's like new card, new game, new card, new whatever. Big marketing campaigns are always trying to get you in on the new. That's why the car manufacturers make spend so much money on just like this new model of cars out. So they spend all this money to just make you buy that new model. Like there's never marketing for like older. There's no active like marketing pushes for older things. They're not making adverts about the original Black Ops because their marketing's been spent in that time to make you buy the new thing, and then they do more marketing to make you buy the new thing, and that's all it is. It's just like marketing for things you're already consuming. Like they're not needed, and they aren't. That there's no marketing campaign for like things you already consume. Like they're not. McDonald's don't do marketing for like chicken nuggets.
Well, that specifically you honed in on COD, which has a new one product every year that comes out, as opposed to like nappies or M&Ms or a Big Mac, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you're gonna buy those nappies anyway because you need nappies. So it doesn't matter if they change the packaging or they put the packaging in different places. You're still buying those nappies because you buy those nappies.
But then when you think nappies, you don't just think an off-brand. You think like Huggies or whatever. You think of.
But then that's coming to a different thing because that's the assumption that people are always just going to buy the Huggies because the marketing made them want to buy the Huggies. Which is what they're paying their advertising money for. Yeah, but then people aren't, because if it's like if there's a brand cheaper, they'll just buy the cheaper brand.
But it depends.
But I guess that's where the price of things comes into the marketing as much as the marketing itself.
Yeah.
When just it being that first connection, there is value in that. That's why they do it, you know. Pepsi Cola.
But yeah, I understand marketing, and I know that we're going to get into a society that is a lot more marketing heavy. That's going to be like everything.
Well, speaking on this, we're mentioning a little bit like the mascots. There's a crazy one that I'd forgotten about, and I want to know if you guys remember this. Yo Shockwave said, when I think of crazy mascots, I always remember Froobs and how their old motto was rip their heads off and suck their guts out.
That's
for years before changing it somewhat recently.
You remember that?
To be fair, it could have been worse. It could have been suck them dry.
Yeah.
Rip their heads off and suck them dry.
But I remember that actually being really effective as a kid.
Yeah.
Because it's that common joke now, like on TikTok, where it's like, go and eat your peas, and then they're like, no, and then they go, meow, and they're like, ah.
No, it's exciting and fun. Well, yeah, that's where they really get you with advertising, is when you're a kid, especially.
Yeah, yeah. But when you turn any food into like
fun,
yeah, especially if it's like, oh, I'm a giant thing consuming a smaller thing. It's like a tiny living thing that I'm sucking the guts out of. Like broccoli's being trees.
Broccoli like eating an ant, a baby ant.
Or like you're a giant eating this thing that's like, to an ant, that's a tree.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And I'm eating that, and I'm
that
like,
is making me want to eat some broccoli right now.
Right?
Yeah, so I can roleplay being a giant.
Yeah, and like God of War, like.
Or do you guys remember Munch Bunch?
Munch Bunch.
Munch Bunch with
the yogurts.
Yeah, and they came in like a little raspberry, and you get.
Oh, those.
Lots of suckable things.
Suckies.
No, it's honestly like everyone just wants to suck all the time.
They're training us to be little suckies.
Little suckers.
Sucky drives.
We got to get into it, guys. The evil JARLing drama. There's updates. There's more.
Billy.
More of the cinema guy. Going back to Avatar, are we?
Yeah, bringing it back to Spide and Spide's whole thing. We got to just get into it, basically.
Come on, Spide.
Creators will start this off then. Lads, hate to burst your bubble, but the evil JARLing and the victim, who wrote in are probably the same person on different accounts, lol.
That's
That way they could confirm what the other person was wearing. And Jar Media Clips also left a comment saying, I'm calling BS on the evil JARLing story purely and exclusively because no one was excited enough to see Avatar 2 to plan and pull off this kind of scheme just to get a movie ticket. Yeah, but then stuff got really spicy because Chris Peacock in the suggestion thread left, who was the original victim, left this. Hey guys, it's the JARLing who was robbed by the evil JARLing here. The details that the evil JARLing gave are accurate. The account we are dealing with is definitely the real perpetrator. Firstly, I may have exaggerated the time I had to wait, but my point wasn't that I was waiting for a certain amount of time. My point was that the evil JARLing had the audacity to leave me waiting and then rob me. Who does that? He's clearly a brilliant liar, but at least he shows remorse, I think, for what he's done, but I also mourn for the potential friend that I lost. I was so excited to hit it off with them, which made it hurt even more when I discovered the truth. I don't know if I'm capable of forgiving him, let alone trusting him again. I don't think he can even trust himself. I hate him just as much as I morbidly respect him? ? Do you think I should offer a second chance now that I know what I'm getting into? I'm seriously conflicted about this because I'd love to make a new friend in my own city, but I don't want to be hurt again. What would you all do in my position? And the evil JARLing actually replied to that, just saying womp womp.
I'm going to say this.
It's very sus.
I believe that what was said last episode is true, that this is just they're trying to pull...
BS?
Yeah, they're trying to pull up one on us because we pull one up on them. They just want to get a bit of
That's
revenge.
the thing. Maybe the evil JARLing is evil for even coming up with this whole like story.
Yeah, no, because it gets even more psycho. There's one more update.
But then also there's the theory that I have now, which is they were already friends, and it's two friends who were just like Jar that wanted to play a game on us.
Why?
So they're just like collaborating to make this like a more believable story. But it's all just their scheme.
That is a possibility.
See, let me read this bit, and because then there's other possibilities. The evil JARLing left this. Just need to address James's allegations that I'm a fake account. I'm not a fake account made by the victim JARLing. I made a new account because I've been a long-standing JARLing who's had many questions answered and even been shouted at for it. I'm not going to tarnish the name of my main with my recent actions, although I do have a confession to make. My actions were not driven by a lack of money. I've kept my Patreon subscription since the big score as a trophy, because I'm still so happy with myself for pulling it off. It feels like the most harmless GTA heist. I'm not going to pretend like I'm ashamed anymore. I loved every minute of it, and I'd do anything to relive it again. This made me think about the many stories Alex shared about how he loves to lie and scam his parents for a new toy/video game. Just to clarify, you're saying that as if it's like the present tense still, like, not me talking about when I was like 16. Do you relate to my rush from pulling off the perfect lie? And if so, is that rush more valuable than the thing you wanted in the first place? I honestly think Avatar 2 is a 5 out of 5 because of this magical experience. Thanks for hearing me out in last week's ep.
Like, I'm going to say, if this evil JARLing is real, and you're getting high on this heist or whatever, it's like you're even more of a bit of a that you're now continuing to pay us to say this when you could just pay the original JARLing back and not be evil. Just pay the guy back if you're generally this obsessed with just giving us money because of your heist.
He's opened up the floodgates to a dark path that you might not be able to leave, because the difference between when I would troll and things like this is
yours were harmless.
It wasn't really like at the expense of someone's like wallet or time, and maybe a bit of time. You know, if you're messing with someone, get them to waste like 30 seconds or whatever. You know, that's about as deep as it would go, like a little bit of time sacrifice. But because like, I don't know, the guilt is what would hold me back doing something like this. You know, where it wouldn't really balance out. But Chris Peacock replied to that, who was the original victim. You're demented. If you wanted to make things right and reconnect like you claimed in the last podcast, why do you bloat so much about this? To which the final reply, you're the biggest sucker I've ever met. Oh. Just let me buy you a drink.
Wow.
This is getting...
No, I think
getting spicy.
This evil JARLing, I think, is actually like might be a terrible person. Because first of all, he's continuing to pay us. He's not paying the guy back, and now he's being rude to his victim. Like, bro, you're on a path.
Sucker with an A.
That's rude.
No, that lessens the blow. That's kind of cool.
I'm not sure. I think this evil JARLing is truly evil, and what he should do is tell us your actual identity. If you've been a long time commentator and you've had questions answered, we need to know.
They did give a little detail away by saying that they got screamed at for their comment. So,
JARLing,
if the Jar Finder guy knows like what who that was we screamed at, maybe we could actually zone in and
the Jar Finder guy
them.
is like the Superman.
Jar Fandom guy. Go find the person where we get angry at and
there'll be a lot there.
Well, we can
have to cross-reference that with like how many.
No, we can just get their IP addresses and see if they originate from Perth, Australia.
Yeah, but the other alternative is that this is someone who's like committed to the bit so hard that he's playing both characters.
Yeah,
I think he's playing both characters
and weaving this elaborate narrative,
which is quite fun.
So either way, it's a win-win for us. We get a fun story out of it.
Yeah.
Also, the main thing is that it's they're applying it to each other, which is
that makes them the biggest sucker. The irony.
If they're trying to do that to make us believe that it's more believable as two people, but I think that just gives it away that it's only one.
What's the time difference between like replies and stuff?
If I can see on this screenshot, just says 2 days ago.
Both of them?
Yeah.
I think this is just a big con on Jar.
I think it could be one guy, to be honest.
This is one guy who was like so bored watching Avatar. It's just like, I'm gonna make a full fun.
Yeah, that's what he thought about.
He's trying to know. He hated watching it so much that he needed to make his viewing worthwhile financially. So fucking up a round of us just makes the trip more worthwhile to him. Because he's not that way. He's getting a funny story out of that money.
Or this is a Fight Club type scenario where he doesn't realise he's the one. He's got so much guilt over paying for Avatar that he's created a persona that he got in for free.
I'm not gonna let James get another $2 billion movie on the books.
James Cameron, that is not.
Well, not our James, no.
No.
Yeah,
James,
I'm not that rich.
Unfortunately, didn't make Avatar.
How cool would it be if it turned out James actually was James Cameron? Like, he's just been hiding it the whole time.
That would be awesome.
Impossible. James Cameron would never have opinions on marketing like I do.
What if it turned out James was David Cameron?
That wouldn't be quite as exciting.
No. You ruined our country.
Maybe instead of taking us deep into the ocean, he'd show us deep inside a pig's,
ocean.
Fufu, yeah. Well, on that note, see you after these messages. Old Jar, the title would be Pig's Fufu.
Oh, yeah, give me that piggy fufu.
That's a David Cameron.
Oh, yeah.
Bear is marketing.
Bear is marketing. I do declare, buy Bear.
Bear shirts and mug available now. Check the description below. Welcome to the second half of the cast where we head over to the suggestion thread on the subreddit. You can ask us whatever you feel like, any question that you should do as well. Like Zax76 did. Have you guys heard of MILF Manor? I really think James would love it.
No. Because the twist is they're like their sons.
Have you heard about this, Jim? It's like the latest reality TV show.
MILF Manor.
A bunch of MILFs and their sons get together and they like all swap sons. And then yeah.
No, but the thing was that it's just like all the sons came in, but they didn't know they were all like the sons.
MILF sons.
Yeah. Or something, but yeah, it's just a bunch of MILFs and their sons.
Wow. Yeah, so the description, if you search MILF Manor, is single women between 40 and 60 seek love and with single men in their 20s while staying in a beautiful retreat in Mexico.
Is it like cartel funded?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It might be my least favorite type of
reality TV
content.
show. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's already reality TV is like bad enough, but taking it where it's like shock reality TV, which there's already plenty of examples of. That's most of what gets viewership in reality TV is shock
it's
stuff
horrible.
anyway. So and it's like, how can we take it to the next level? Everyone loves Love Island. Let's make MILF Island. Yeah, when we're gonna get Goon Island?
Yeah, it's a contest to see who can goon the most or goon the least. But a bunch of gooners with like everything
Yeah,
imaginable,
so,
like VR.
surrounded by just heaps.
They start the
and heaps
timer, and it's like whoever
So you
fails
got
their goon.
they've all got their own like VR goon setups. They've got millions of monitors, every content available online, and it's just
Yeah.
like you're in a luxury mansion though, so you can do anything.
So it's basically like what would happen if you did the Truman Show but started now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we should do it. We should actually, and what we do is the one who wins, we actually give like therapy to stop their addiction.
Yeah, what do you think like Zoomer Truman would look like? Oh, he's jerking off to thingy again. He's jerking off to Fortnite character models again.
No, but the thing is, Fortnite, there would
hasn't?
absolutely be a Fortnite. One of the gooners would be absolutely Fortnite based.
Yeah, it can be all the like porn community. There can be like one gooning to Sonic porn, one gooning to Fortnite porn, one to Overwatch porn.
One to like Dead or Alive porn, Resident Evil.
Dead or Alive porn is just Dead or Alive.
Yeah, he's one of
Yeah,
them is
pretty
playing
much.
Dead or Alive. Yeah.
And then one weird Sims gooner.
Yeah, man. Would you ever watch MILF Manor?
No, I can't do reality TV.
No,
like
I can't do reality TV. I can't do any. I hate all reality TV.
I do like that they committed to the alliteration, even though there probably isn't even a manor. MILF Island? I suppose that's probably what they wanted.
Ilf Island.
ILF Island?
Yeah, I like to F Island.
That's already what Love Island is, though.
Yeah.
R/JAR Media has this to say. I
Why
recently...
are we asking questions to ourselves?
Oh, bro, you know. I'm spied.
Yes, you're spied. Spied.
I recently got done with re-listening to all of the Corncast episodes, and it got me thinking reflectively about COVID and how strange a time that was to go through. It's weird looking back now because it's really hard to pinpoint exactly when it ended, quote unquote. Was wondering your guys' thoughts on that time period and how you remember it looking back.
Oh, I became an alcoholic.
Who didn't, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like we actually talked about this when it ended, and how we viewed it, and it's like looking back on it, like it wasn't even a big deal.
Yeah, best time of my life, baby.
No, honest to God, Warzone and just drinking every weekend by myself. You can't go wrong there. Come on. Warzone
Such a
1.
happy time.
Warzone 1 was like the only reason lockdown was like bearable. You know that's a fact.
Horrible. I hate that whole period, man. I feel like, in a weird way, like, it like shifted everyone's mindset. And then when we started coming out of it again, I just felt like everyone started shifting back to normality, where I feel like I'm just kind of stuck in the same mindset still.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
Yeah.
I know, but it's like apparently people are starting to notice that like the kids who were like 15, 16 going into it have like missed out on social development and are a little bit just like actual
I'm
fucked
sure
up.
there are certain age ranges it's like affected in certain ways.
Well, especially like little kids when schools were closed.
Yeah,
and stuff.
especially if you're like supposed to be like going into reception or like those formative.
Yeah,
like
you're
years.
missing out on so much like educational brainwashing. So we're gonna have a micro generation of individual thinkers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Right. Well, speaking of, Luda Joestar says, since Alex mentioned a couple of casts ago that the JARLings don't talk about Paisley enough, how is the Golden Girl doing? There was a violent feud she had with Argyle a couple of months ago. How's she holding up from that? Has she gotten any funny sounding diseases like the ones Augie has gotten from a young age? Poor lad. Funny sounding.
He got meningitis.
Man in Dobby's gina.
I guess it's kind of funny sounding, but yeah, she's good. She's a bit of a COVID baby though, as we were just saying.
Yeah.
I got her shortly before.
The summer before COVID.
Yeah, the summer before. So she was still kind of learning. So she's good.
What can we call COVID without calling it COVID so we don't get demonetized?
Oh right, yeah, it's probably too late.
COVID?
The T virus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, she's alright. She's doing alright.
Yeah, she's ironically the golden girl. She's the sweetest doggy.
Yeah.
She's a little bit stupid.
Nah.
She's always
Alex, your profile picture is literally her dribbling like an anime dibby.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you it, Jim.
Is she doing that cross-eye thing?
No, she's got the
the bubble dribble.
Well, one nostril.
No, look on her bottom lip. It's like just a little few bubbles of drib.
Oh. She's like a lab baby. She's like an Oakja dog.
Nice reference.
I watched that movie the other day. Me up.
Did I? Oh, it effed you up?
Yeah, I watched it again.
Good movie, isn't it?
Really good movie, but it's
I like Tilda Swinton in it.
She's very good. I like the Riddler in it. He's very good.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I like Ow. I like the what's he called in The Walking Dead?
Which one? There's quite a few characters.
Glenn? He's in it?
Glenn Quagmire from The Walking Dead.
Yeah. The one who gets his eye exploded by a baseball bat. Is that
Glenn?
Yeah, Glenn.
Glenn Quagmire. We got this really weird one from No Country 5565. Hello, I don't know how Reddit works. I don't know if this is an ask thread or what this is. I am drunk. But what I want to say, cheers for making me feel normal. I'm at such a surreal point in my life I can't explain. Cheers for helping, yes, I guess. I need to say a question. I love music, like weird music. I would like to know your weirdo music favorites. Like music you wouldn't tell anyone you like because it's so f***ed up. Thanks. Yes. Bye, Reddit. Bye forever. This is the only thing I'll post on Reddit ever.
Was this you last night?
Maybe.
I don't know how we make you feel normal.
Yeah, I don't know how to take that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any up music that I don't want to tell anyone about. What does that mean?
I have that sometimes.
What would you consider fucked up music? Because like straight off the bat it's like Death Grips, but then it's not really fucked up, it's just the genre it is.
I mean, that album cover is pretty messed up.
Yeah, but
That
they've also
peony.
kind of got they've got the reputation, don't they? I guess do people disrespect you or think different of you for listening to Death Grips?
I think you're a legend if you listen to
yeah. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is just things that I traditionally wouldn't listen to. So I feel embarrassed if I do start listening to something. For example,
Carly Rae Jepsen.
I never went down that route, but I know people like her modern stuff or whatever. It is more like pop stars though. Like I've never really given a shit about Beyonce myself, but I was sent something from her latest album. Got that Nile Rodgers guitar in there. Like this is.
You're talking, yeah, like I've been saying all along that album is just fucking good.
Yeah, well, I never believed it was like a bad album.
For like 2 months.
Yeah.
She's going on tour in the UK if you guys want to drop down.
No!
We love you, Queen Bee!
Yeah. So probably her song from The Lion King, I would say. That's my big guilty pleasure.
No, it's not. Shut up. My biggest music guilty pleasure is none, because I only listen to good music.
Soft music.
You know, I tell you what though, I listened to a bit of God, what's his name? Lil Yachty. He just
I listened
released
to
an
Poland
album
yesterday. Yeah.
No, he just released an album that's like based on like psychedelic music and like Pink Floyd, because he's like apparently like a huge fan of it or something.
Does it rock?
The thing for me is I'm just not mad about his vocals and his vocal styling.
Yeah, yeah.
But as far as the sound was concerned, I was like, this is weirdly interesting. I didn't make it through the whole thing, but yeah.
What I believe to be true, you know his like embarrassingly bad song Poland, that gets like 85 billion listens on Spotify.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with him where he said like that song was released by accident and it was literally a joke, and it got leaked, and then he was like, oh, I guess I'll release it then.
Oh really?
And then it's huge. Like it was literally a joke.
Yeah, no.
So I kind of gained a bit of respect for him there, where it's like,
yeah, when you have this self-awareness to boot, you know. That does. Yeah, it was like back when I listened to Kanye, like the whole Poopity Scoop song and everything. Like, yeah.
Oh.
Alex dropped the K-bomb.
What is the question again? I know what the answer is, I just can't remember the question.
How do you know the answer if you don't know the question?
Like guilty pleasure music and music that's bad. Like no, but this isn't like f***ed up music though. It's not f***ed up, but it's just a little bit like cringe. Like what actual f***ed up music do you listen to? Like weird f***ed up music.
I guess what does...
Well, yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. So like, what does it mean? But my answer is basically Pendulum. That first Pendulum.
Yeah.
No, that first Pendulum album. It's like meme to hell. Just good. Just like a really good album. But you can basically say...
That's probably a good answer. Like, for just whatever you're listening to when you're like 14.
This goes into it because our generation, at least, like anyone from that era was like Evanescence. Evans said that.
Oh, Evanescence.
Any new metal or alt metal or metal from that era, everyone was just like, oh, it's cringe, it's crap. But it's like the production is great on them, and a lot of the albums are actually really good. But nobody wants to admit that because it was cringe then.
What about like
Lincoln.
Radioactive?
That's literally mainstream music, bro. Literally everyone loves it. Everyone loves it.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Like, but that's not.
Are you saying you like Radioactive?
Well, I'm going back and thinking about like music I loved when I was like 14. And that was everyone loved that song when it was in that Assassin's Creed trailer. It was like, who is this on the scene?
Yeah.
Who is this?
I think that trailer is the reason they have success now.
Yes.
Do you actually think so?
Assassin's Creed was huge, man.
It was.
What was the title they were attached to? Do you remember?
3.
It's the Revolution.
So it was post-Revelation, pre-3, so it was the height of Assassin's Creed.
One of my pet peeves is when songs are used in advertising and the lyrics are used literally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that really bothers me.
It's cringe.
Yeah. I can't think of any good examples right now, but it happens a lot where it's not even like contextualizing the lyrics, and often like the meaning of the song will actually be the inverse or be ironic in some way. So them using it literally is like a weird backhand slap, you know.
I understand.
I'm glad.
I just think music is good.
Okay.
CALNE 237 is a messed up one. Which, I don't know. I'm near the end of re-listening to the JARChived cast in reverse chronological order, and the slow transition in terms of you guys' characters has been fascinating. What do you believe has caused these changes amongst you? I'm particularly interested in the changes to Alex's sense of humour and to your political sensibilities. James in particular has radically changed from a SJWs, they're ruining everything attitude circa 2016 into a view that's on the whole much more aligned with his previously rallied against.
No, I'm like, oh, no, that's not right. That's not right.
And a
That I'm way more extreme. I am like genuinely really extreme now in terms of political beliefs. Like I'm on the
Is that
far.
good?
You saying you're an extremist?
So you've gone from one extreme to another.
No, but I wasn't an extreme back then. I was just naive and stupid, and I was drawn into this SJW era when I knew nothing. Now I know everything.
That was just what the climate was in 2016.
Yeah, but now it's like I'm politically aware, and I just hate it. So now it's like, yeah, Johnny Silverhand was right. Nuke the corporations.
Well, I guess what you're asking is, how do you guys feel about changing in nearly a decade? It's probably quite good, isn't it, to look back and say you're a bit different?
What I would say, have you
no.
noticed in your when we're off camera and when you're just by yourself that you're like more f***ed up now? Because I'm so used to having that camera there, and sometimes I'll do dumb in front of the camera because it's just like I'm used to it there. But it's like I do those dumb
Well,
all the time.
You should be Instagram living this whole thing, man.
No, but
That's
it's
what
like the
you're
thing
missing.
is, I've learned now that I'm really expressive with my face because I kind of like with video, it's like I exaggerate the facial emotions, but it's like I do that at work all the time, and it's just like I'll communicate with just weird faces, and it's like I didn't do that before YouTube, so like I just feel more.
The face thing's real fun. You know, you can get some real interesting.
Yeah, but don't you think that's like almost a bad change? Because now it's like if nobody knows and you're just sitting there by yourself making weird
Yeah.
faces, that you
No,
look a little bit fucked
As
up.
men, as you get older, they should become less expressive.
Yeah, you've got
More
to be like.
stoic.
Yeah.
You know, you need to be like a plank of wood. You know, emote like a
Yeah.
plank of wood.
You need to be like a Grecian. Stoic.
Yeah.
Well, but like, I do think that like looking back is almost bad. Like I like my progress as a person, and I like that I've changed. But it's like that
So why is
person.
that bad then? That's good.
No, that is good. But then that person who I was recorded, and there's evidence of that, and it's like knowing that is kind of cringe, because most people don't have that like tracking of development the way we have.
It almost highlights how
Fragile the human condition is.
not fragile, but self-reflecting on your own change gives you the ability to not hold hatred. You know, if you grow from something you didn't like or don't like now,
Yeah.
with your current values, then other people can do the same, and like any sort of hatred can be let go of.
Really good.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Well, they could. No, I guess another way of putting it is the more time you get to experience, if we're talking about like politics and things like that, the Overton window, seeing it change is what? Is it? I'll just tell you what it means. It's the range of policies politically acceptable in the mainstream population at a given time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The window moves depending on the time period, and it tends to go left for a while, and then back to right.
Yeah.
Well, not for me.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday it was literally what...
literally, you were just talking about that.
No, but you're implying that I'm going to swing in the future, and that's like not cool.
But
But if you've never seen the Overton if you've never been in it and seen it shift as a politically aware adult, then...
So are you saying that every politically aware adult is just flip-floppy? Are you saying that you...
no,
are
you
an
should
adult?
never shut yourself off to new perspectives and beliefs.
But do you think any perspective on the far right is ever going to make you believe? Like, no.
It's not about
No, but it's
just
not
far
about
right and
no.
far left. It's like just finding your values through experience. Like, just saying, like, if I believe this one thing that is associated with this side, that means I am with that side.
No, yeah, you should never do that. That's stupid.
It is stupid.
And so many people are like that, is that it's cringe.
So you hate SJWs, do you? That self-awareness to be like, oh, I used to believe this, and now I've grown to believe this, and it probably is influenced heavily by the times. It's obvious that neither of you have played Metal Gear Solid 2.
But I have played Civilization, and my society's always been left.
Sorry. Huh?
Nothing. Shut up.
Aren't you normally a warmongering fascist?
Yeah.
No, I never did. Okay, just because every save we've had, I've gone to war with people doesn't mean I'm a warmongering fascist. Okay, I just want the best for my people.
I suppose the extremes on both sides just become that. So.
Shut up.
Right. Let's do one or two more here and wrap this bad boy up. So I'll wait another one for the goddamn books.
Oh, someone is stunned. Spider's stunned.
The Jar Wojaks are coming out.
Hello, Wojak boy.
Oh, don't squeeze my hefty calves.
Bro, I'm like on a genuine mission to like gain weight.
Okay.
I think this fasting thing's not worked out for me because I'm under 10 stone.
You got to gain then, bro.
I know, I got to gain, but it's like, man,
You got to
do what Jim was saying Mark Wahlberg does, where he drinks olive oil.
Nah, I'm not drinking
After
shit.
every meal, you got to drink
Between
a
meals,
cup of olive oil.
Yeah, you drink like an entire glass of olive oil.
Why would I do that?
Because it's just
Just
mad
pure
calories in liquid form, so easily consumable. You'll have heartburn every second of every day.
No, it cools the heartburn. It just lines everything with lovely oil.
Like, you can set me on fire.
I love it. Our Mediterranean diet. He's onto something over there. Just
Yeah.
forget the actual like food and like
Get
just
fat,
eat
go
the
Greek.
olives.
Yeah, be Greek.
Just be Greek.
Yeah, just choose.
Stoic.
How's Train Your Dragon?
Cringe.
Right, that bio has this to say.
Okay.
I already made a post about this, but I'll mention it here too. In 2 months' time, I will get the golden opportunity to meet Doug Walker of the Nostalgia Critic.
Oh, we already asked this question.
No, we haven't.
Yes,
When?
you have.
I never have. I
I've
edit
just
every
read-
cast.
to be
and know
fair,
every
to be
question.
fair, I've
Think
clearly
about
just
the Ryan Reynolds one.
I'm
that was Ryan Reynolds.
I might have just read this one on the Reddit by myself.
Any suggestions on what to say to him? I might also get him to sign some stuff, so I can send it to the PO box. It's a relatively small convention that my sister is volunteering for, so I think I'll have a lot of time with the critic. Bebe?
Ask him about his socio-political beliefs on the current state of Bosnia.
Yeah,
Can't
that's a
talk
good
about
idea.
Bosnia.
No, that's Yugoslavia
I thought it was
and Azerbaijan.
oh, yeah.
It was Azerbaijan on there.
Stop saying it. I'd say are your opinions on Mad Max still the same? Thunderdome specifically. He loves that movie.
Do you
Does love
hate it?
Thunderdome, doesn't he?
He does.
Do you like
And
Thunderdome?
to be fair, Thunderdome isn't as bad as people make it out to be. It's got some pretty trash action, but climax pretty cool, and the conclusion of Max's arc at the end of Thunderdome is pretty good.
Fair enough.
So if you could just say all that.
Yeah, or maybe
Same.
just take a copy of Thunderdome for him to sign.
Oh yeah, Thunderdome being signed, that would be sick.
Or, hand him a copy of The Wall and get him to sign it.
Ooh. That, yeah.
I think that's just being mean.
Yeah,
He'd just
that-
probably be
yeah.
like, ew.
He might cry.
Just be nice to
So
him.
if you're like, yeah, I loved that review, do you want to sign my copy of it so I can play the soundtrack, your version, while I'm watching it, to get the best version?
No, that's cringe.
Well, I think it's cool.
Well, you're wrong. You're just wrong. Shut up.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. What would you bring for him, James? What would you bring? Sign my copy of Beep. Huh? Well, fine then. Let's end on this one from Cheek Only. Based on your life experience so far, what do you think is a word that's acceptable to say now, but won't be in 10 years? My own guess would be autistic, since it's been increasingly used as a pejorative, and there's already the push between adopting neurodivergent as a replacement, which as someone with autistic family members I personally find to be a bit aggressive as a term. Or maybe it will be the real marginalised groups. Gooners. Gamers. Is the time of the G slur on the horizon?
Gooners, absolutely.
Which G slur? Gooners and gamers, or just gooners?
I'd say both.
Gooners.
Well, like both
United.
combined. I think video games are a cause for gooning. They get you in that mindset of just excess, you know?
Yeah, dopamine farming.
Yeah, dopamine goon. The goon mine. I think that's a good bet. I don't think autistic would ever be like. I mean, it's one of those things where like it.
I can't remember when that started. Like, I started noticing people using it as a pejorative, like that, because it did kind of become like the R slur, like a similar, like using it in the exact same way, basically.
But like, from what I understand, neurodivergent is way too broad of a term to like to be diagnosed as a neurodivergent, whereas autistic is like a specific area.
Yeah. It's
that has specific traits, whereas neurodivergent is just like a blanket term,
broad term
for anything that is unordinary. In the
so what you're saying, you'll disagree with it being an aggressive term?
Well, I think it's the same as the R word. Like any word you give to any condition like this can be used as an insult. So when people do, it's not about using the word full stop, it's about how you use the word.
Yeah, but it happens like a bunch, doesn't it, with like medical terms?
Well, yeah, because
like queer was a medical term.
Because these terms are like it can be insulting if you are called that.
Yeah,
in a certain way, and it's the same with like cripple. You know, if I don't think that was always a derogatory thing. It's just what they said, but then like through time, it changes. I think like giving language too much power is inherently a little bit silly.
So what is the solution if there is one then?
Remove language.
Yeah. Speaking facial expressions.
Speaking binary.
No, you can make words out of binary.
No, but you can only say yes or no. Ever.
Yes.
No.
No.
Okay.
Should we translate an entire episode of Jar into binary and then make that a new episode? Like the
normal episode.
The normal episode in binary, and that's the thing, and that's what the fans have to like see if they can work it out.
Coders.
How do you guys feel about an episode where we each did like 15 minutes?
What, alone?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. I will just talk about like the most lamest.
do we get to know what the other people were talking about, or do we just have to like assume?
Good question. You can think about this still. But I gotta say, number 4's on the way.
Oh! I hope you're wearing one of those Huggies nappies, bro.
You mean Shreddies?
Normally do, bro. Well,
Normally
James is
do.
off. Well, you might as well end it then, bro.
Rip the system.
James, yeah, he's gone straight to go do a big one.
Okay. Well.
Rip into the system. Tear apart its seams.
Does it mean rest in peace the system, or like rip the system?
It's a double entendre.
What's an entendre?
Where it goes, and then you look at it from another angle and it goes,
It sounds like something that just means the same thing.
well, no, one's a karate chop down, one's a karate chop side.
So two totally separate things. But
That
they're both
converge in the
still-
same space.
And they're both karate chops.
Yeah.
Do that sound again? That was cool.
Which one?
No, the karate chops combining.
I can't remember what did I go.
No, but then they That bit. No, you did it sounded.
I can't remember
It
what I
sounded
did.
like a sci-fi sound effect.
Wah, 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 wah. Wub, 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 wub. Wubba lubba dub dub.
You gotta cut that out, bruh. The truth behind Wubba Lubba Dub Dub, what it truly meant.
Yeah, make a YouTube short. The truth behind Wubba lubba dub dub.
Break it down. Dub Dub is associated.
Wait,
Getting anxiety again.
Get your cock out.
I know how to defeat it, James.
Uh,
Ready?
Okay, let me get my
Protect-
signal mode.
Pretend you're explaining something for a YouTube short.
So this is what people have never truly looked into. So right, the pyramids are the exact diameters of the natural snow pyramids on the Arctic. Oh, I thought it was going to do the wire bit.
Maybe. This Lego piece, you would not believe, fits into this place really well. This mold is rare.
Comment below if you have one.